Hello and welcome back to Dicebreaker. It's a very special sponsored stream, actually. This stream is sponsored by Mythic Games as we paint some of the miniatures from the upcoming Darkest Dungeon board game, which is currently on Kickstarter. I think there are like 13 days left, and they have absolutely smashed their goal already. I think they're over 1 million. But, hang on, I can't do all three at once.
It was a valiant
Hopefully you can see... I mean, I love Darkest Dungeon, the video game, and I have to say the minis have done a really very good job of representing the characters. This is the Arbalist. Come on. And I've also got the Bounty Hunter, who is here.
My favourite.
I feel bad because it's your favourite, and you got one of my favourites, which is the Hellion.
Crusader? Oh, the Hellion.
But you're painting the Crusaders today.
Yes, I am. Who looks like this? There he is.
Oh, there we go.
They are literally. I don't think they could have better represented the 2D images in the game in 3D.
Yeah.
They look exactly like they would.
They are really very good. I'm showing off quite a few of these now because we've got sent like a whole bunch. This one's not been based, but this is like one of the chunkier, meatier ones. There are a lot of minis on offer in this game, but I'm going to be painting today. I wanted to do the skeleton, but because the skeleton starts with shading it like 2 or 3 times, I decided to do the Arbalist as well, so I can have time to paint when I'm not waiting for shade to dry. So there we go. That's what I'm doing. What are you all doing in the chat? What are you working on at the moment? Are you working on anything? Are you just hanging out? It's nice to see you either way. Oh, Eleanor Smith.
You're new here. We're Wheels and Johnny, by the way, from Dicebreaker.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's true. We're from youtube.com/Dicebreaker, the channel you're already watching. But talking about Dicebreaker.com, we've had a super chat from Eleanor Smith who says, will Matt and Mian ever join the Among Us streams? Matt keeps saying he likes games where you lie to people, and I feel like Mian can have the bloodlust necessary to keep up with lowlies. That's a very good point, actually. We should ask them. I'm sure they'd love to.
Yeah,
I think they play, don't
they? I'm pretty sure I've seen Mian play Among Us.
Yeah,
like on Steam.
Matt does love lying, so I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Matt would be very good at it. To be honest.
Oh, here we
go. He has
is.
Such an innocent face.
This is what everyone's working on at the minute. Sammy Kelch is going to attempt to finish a drawing along with us. Why did I decide to draw so many rocks? Bessie Fieldhouse is doing such a soul-destroying job. The stream couldn't have come at a better time. Cookie Cat 94 is slowly shining up some click-clack math rocks. In Felix Soror is getting started on a new cross-stitch with cute little badges and a border of fancy leaves. JTD Gaming is currently working, if their boss asks. Okay,
yeah,
duly
really
noted. Dodgy is avoiding a master's assignment. Dodgy indeed. Ash F is working from home with their dog, and Chunktopus, that is a very good name, is painting their corpse grinder cult, finally.
I love the name Chunktopus.
So, yeah, that is very nice. Okay, here we go. Let's paint a skeleton.
So I'm going to try and stay quite faithful to the colour scheme that the sort of bog standard Crusader has.
Yeah.
They have like a sort of blue and yellow tunic, silver armour, sort of brown leather, and then he's got this big scroll, which I don't know how, but I want to try and make like a sort of ethereal effect on it, because when he holds it up, he does his like brute damage.
That's not the sound effect, but it's like the tolling of a bell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like well, I can tell you it's not a mouth harp, which is what you went for there.
Ding, dong, down, dong, ding, dong, down, dong.
um, but yeah, it's basically like a sort of holy retribution, sort of like I'm holding up a scroll and it's going to make you feel sad because you're undead.
That's right.
Take that, undead.
So, as you can see, I've already slapped down quite a heavy shade on the skeleton. Please focus. There we go. Because the skeletons, if you've seen the original artwork, really stand out. Like the contrast between the bone and the sort of crevices is really stark. So I'm going to shade this 2 or maybe even 3 times and then go back in with a bone colour to sort of start picking out some of the details. Which is to say, I'm now going to leave that skeleton alone for 10 minutes and I'm going to start work on the arbalist.
You'll notice that I'm using like a pretty standard size brush.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at the sort of brush size to model ratio. Like I've heard a lot of very good painters say you will end up having a lot more control if you just get used to using a big brush in small spaces than if you always change size based on what you're painting.
Oh, all right. Challenge accepted. I've just gone 3 sizes up from what I would normally use. So let's see how this goes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Well, I was about to start using my 000 brush because I really like using tiny brushes. But I'll be brave.
I wasn't goading you. I was just sort of giving reference to what I'm up to.
You inspired me, if anything. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so...
Using Vallejos now, and boy, do they glide on.
Oh, Vallejo paints. Yeah, they are lovely.
Sorry, carry on.
Bade, B-A-D-E. Bade?
Baddie?
Has done a super chat saying, haven't been able to catch one of these live in ages. Going to paint some Escher gangers alongside. Thank you for the continued Ace content. Cheers. Well, thank you very much for the super chat and for being a part of this strem. Mian is in the chat and says that she would welcome anyone to throw her out of the airlock in 2020. So I think we can take that as a sign that she is willing to come on board with the crossover Among Us streams. So there you go. I am currently painting the arbalist's face purple. You might be wondering why. And I'm wondering why the consistency of this paint is poor.
Well, we talked about this recently, actually, on one of these streams. Well, I say recently, they're every 2 weeks, so it's not that recent. But when I was painting my Cyberpunk mini,
yes,
you gave me this tip.
I did. The arbalist, as you may remember from having played Darkest Dungeon, has brown skin. And if you want to get a rich tone on brown skin, a purple undercoat goes a long way to sort of adding in rich hues. So yeah, the first time I did it, it felt very strange because I think I used Citadel Screamer Pink, which is a very garish tone. I'm using something.
Yeah.
I'm using Gene Stealer Purple right now, but it is just a really good base coat for when you're painting black characters.
Ooh. 2 super chats coming in hot.
On wheels.
We've got one from Matthew Bateman. He says, "Hey all, my boyfriend and I adopted our dog Ronald Weasley 2 years ago this week. What would be a good donation for his previous shelter?" Well, you're the dog owner, Johnny.
What would he? Oh, a good donation of things for them to have.
I would assume so. Yeah.
You're not just asking me to name £4 million.
Name your price,
would be a great donation. I don't know. I think their needs vary from place to place. Like, like sometimes they'll be in need of more treats or toys for dogs to play with. But obviously the dogs they have different needs, and it could be that, as boring as it sounds, they're really low on towels and they need towels. I would really suggest that you get in touch and ask them, because it will mean that your donation is super personal. And also, they're guaranteed to get something they need. So, respectfully, I decline to give a definitive answer.
Up next, we've got Teresa S., who says, "Just wanted to say a huge thank you for these wonderful streams. The archive kept me sane during a 3-day migraine. Ugh. And your lovely company made it easy to deal with." I am impressed that you managed to have any kind of digital content on with a migraine, to be honest. So I hope you're feeling better now, and you're more than welcome. And we have one last super chat, currently anyway, from Hello I'm Ken, who says, just passed my job interview and got a new job starting next week. Huge news. Congratulations. I want to donate this to you and ask the DB community for advice on what affordable laptops have good performance and a camera for Zoom. There you go, DB chat. If you are a laptop aficionado,
unleash thy knowledge.
I would suggest not buying a MacBook.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, Wheels does not a MacBook enjoy, which is fine. Like, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. The unfortunate thing is when Wheels joined the company, I was like, hey buddy, I've tried to get you not a MacBook, but here's your MacBook. So, it's just company policy. For video Pebble.
Pebbles?
Pebble. What is going on today?
Do you remember the Nokia Pebble?
I do. I can't picture it, but...
It was pebble-shaped, I can tell you.
Yes. Oh, yeah, no, I do remember, actually. Did I thin that down too much? What is happening today? I feel like my paints are not going on very nicely. I mean, 2 thin coats will sort it, don't you worry. But that is just a bit thin, isn't it? That is. Yes, it is. Right, let's wipe some of that off. Honestly. At least the skeleton's looking nice.
I am trying to, because I like, we're on a live stream, so odds are people want to see what I'm actually doing. Because normally I paint like this.
Yep.
Which isn't very good for camera, so I'm trying to make sure that my hands are up so that people can see. But I am not as good when I do it like this.
I find it just easier, A, on my back, and B, to see like this. So there we go, that's better.
Definitely better.
We've had a super chat from Tom Titherington. Tom says, hi guys, I'm struggling with a breakup. I'm doing my best to take care of myself at the moment, but I'm finding it hard. May I have some love, please? You may have some all of all of the love you want. Words are difficult. And there's me trying to make fun of your phraseology. Sorry to hear it, Tom. I'm sorry that you're going through a rough time. It's never easy to go through something like that. And yeah, just sort of try and keep yourself distracted. You know, you don't have to be productive, you don't have to be busy, but as long as you've sort of got something going on that can stop you from just dwelling on the immediacy of what's happening, then hopefully in time you'll sort of find it easier to just keep things ticking over, I guess. So no, I've never been good at dealing with
everyone in DB chat. Everyone in DB chat, please just spam some love hearts. Thank you.
Love hearts, please, for Tom.
Love hearts for Tom, please. There we go.
There we are.
Right, so... Oh, gosh. Oh, another super chat. My word.
Go.
Okay. Like a Lightning says... Like a light bulb. No one's going to get that joke. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to listen to you while baking chocolate croissants and plotting a D&D session. I hope the D&D session that you're plotting involves all of the PCs eating chocolate croissants. Because, I'd come to that D&D session.
Be our guest if you're stressed. It's fine dining, we suggest. Be our guest, be our guest.
You went for a lot more family-friendly option. I went for sitting in a French-ass restaurant. Hurry up with my damn croissant.
Yes, I did, didn't I? Look at that. Wow, you weren't lying.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. Good. Well, conversation's taken a while to bounce back from that. Cookie Cat 94 has done a super chat full of love hearts. So, yeah, I think...
Thank you, Cookie.
The chat has absolutely gone wild with love hearts.
Yes, chat. Look at that.
Never occurred to me to ask for people to just sort of spam good vibes like that in the chat.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. Right. I think that's most of the blue done. Just need to get the little underside bits that no one's ever going to look at. But I'm painting one model in 2 hours, so I'm going to put all the details in.
Yeah, I need to remind myself to slow down a little bit because I think I've realised quite recently, like, I paint quite fast. And And I don't know if that's making me impatient or whatever, but just then I was like, oh, I've got to do the legs now. Like, oh, this metal's taking ages. It's like, no, you can chill. I think part of it is that I don't have a wet palette right now.
Right.
Because I don't have any greaseproof paper in the house. So, for those of you asking if this is my new house, no, it ain't. I'm in a between places place. But yeah. What were you going to say? I can hear you
Alice
laughing.
Bell asks,
Oh, no.
"Hey Johnny, which colour is best?"
Hi, Alice Bell. That's such a great question.
Might I recommend Sun Yellow?
There you go. My favourite colour is eels. There you go. They Called Her Babylon has done a super chat saying, this chill stream is everything me and my migraine hangover needed. In this, the chaos runs up to all the Hallow streams. I'm glad we're helping. Migraines are rough. Like, I know Wheels already said, but like, thankfully I get them so rarely. I've not actually had one, knock on wood, in 14 years. But the fact that I know that off the top of my head tells you how awful I find them. So my sympathies. I hope things clear up soon. And yeah, Hallow streams. Outside Xbox and Outside Extra just going full in on spooky Halloween, going ham. I was trying to avoid saying that. But yeah, going full in on all the spooky streams. So if you like spooks and also streams or live spooks, if you prefer, then Hallow streams are the streams for you. This is interesting. Carry on.
Sorry. Apparently, Dino Buckwell's favourite colour or best colour is Army Painter Strong Tone.
It's a strong recommendation, Alice. If you're
Wowzers.
Alice, if you're still watching, Army Painter Strong Tone.
I'm sure they're referencing, the colour in its use in model painting, but to say that strong tone is your favourite colour,
it's the best.
Is to say that all I eat is potato
It's to
grits.
say it is the best colour. Like, full stop. Baz McStay asks in the chat, now Johnny has discovered the joy of Wingspan, and it's a game as chill as this stream, which is the best bird, and what colour is it? What is the best bird? I'm very fond of the Eurasian jay. They're noisy as anything, but they're beautiful.
I like that one that was on planet Earth that turns itself into a big oval that glows blue and just goes whee. Big fan of that one.
Makes a lot of sense. Quite fond of magpies. Although, like, there was a magpie in the last flat that used to keep visiting the garden. I'd be like, there's a magpie here, it's so majestic. And then it would always find if I'd like forgotten to pick up one of Watson's poops. And it would just go like, yum, 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 and just start absolutely going to town on it. Which somewhat dented their majesty.
No, I do love magpies, though. Corvids in general.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic
Great
birds.
bunch of lads.
Great bunch of lads, those corvids. Right, I'm putting the yellow on now, which...
Not a great Warcry faction, though. There, I said it.
No?
Great models, not a great faction. So there.
Oh, dear.
Dino Buckwell says Mallard ducks are very nice. Hard to argue with that.
Mm. Yeah, love a duck.
Johnny's worst bird, a Kanku named Fizz. Cody Keir, you are so right. Dungeon Breaker, of course, returns on Saturday. Look forward to that.
Johnny in the break forgot the morals of the group, I think.
It was a test, that one. I'm not ashamed to say. But yeah. What were you going to say? You were going to update us on your model. I'm going to paint the rest of this hand and then I'm going to show you all sort of how far I've got.
I was just saying I'm doing the yellow now, which for anyone who has done model painting before will know is a difficult colour to work with.
Yeah.
Because it's very bright, very thin, normally.
I saw an amazing tutorial recently, though. Yellow over pink, really rich and really good solid tone. They did it with an airbrush, so they could build up a smooth gradient. And it was like, that is a very, very pink model in differing tones of pink. And then they got the yellow out and just gave it one pass, and it was like, it was absolutely gorgeous.
Whopper.
I'm very annoyed that my airbrush is currently in storage along with pretty much all of my possessions because
Yeah.
I have some terrain to paint. What terrain is it? I can't disclose that yet because I'm under Umbongo. They drink it in the Congo. Still talking about... Shadowcat says pink under yellow. Blast, you beat me to it. Still talking quite a bit about Boyds. Minna L likes ospreys. They are huge and friendly.
And they publish books and games.
Shadow...
There's a lot of birds who make books, aren't there?
Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 2. Carry on.
Yep.
No. You carry on. Harper Collins. That's one. That's a bird, isn't it?
Swan publishing a thing.
Vintage. Gallants. There aren't that many bird publishers, are there, Wheels?
Listen, yeah.
The beautiful Usborne bird flies down from the canopy. Seeing off the Dorling Kindersley bird and its big illustrated hardbacks, it begins to teach the children.
See, the issue I'm having here, not only with the comment that I just made, but also with the jokes that you're telling is, I don't really know many book publishers. So in hindsight, probably not the comment to make. But here we are.
It's happened now, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. That isn't a good summation of my life. I don't know what it is. Well, here we are.
Puffin Books, in fairness.
Puffin, yes, there we
Alex
go.
Gray, you're absolutely correct. I'm sorry.
Come on, chap, back me up. I might not have the knowledge to make the claim, but I still made it, so I need your help.
Yeah, that's how winning an argument works.
Black Swan Publishing.
Okay, fair enough. Do me 3 more and I'll apologise.
I knew there was a swan.
It's because they get everywhere. Bloody royalists. All right, let's. Ladybird, Dan 10 Nicks, go home. You're drunk. Okay, Pelican Books, is that a real one? So, as you can see, I've got this... Currently, the Arbalist looks like an alien because she's got a purple face, but I'm also just blocking in the plate armour. Come on, camera, adapt. And then I got to do the wood on the crossbow, got to do her hair, and paint them trousers. So, that's how I'm looking. How are you looking?
I have done 2 bits of yellow. Quite sloppily, so I will be going with it.
Okay.
So, here's where I'm at, though.
Hey! Oh, that looks really nice.
Yeah, they're just really good paints.
Yeah.
Not sponsored by Vallejo, but...
We'd like to be.
Yeah, I mean, give us a shout, lads.
Okay. Oh, man. First shade hasn't really dried on the skeleton, but I'm going back in anyway.
Alright, going on the other side now. Okay. That little piping he has around the side of his tunic.
Maris Piper, great potato.
It's okay.
Alright. What do you use for mash?
I genuinely don't have any opinions on potatoes. I just wanted to say that.
Wow.
Because I knew I'd garner that reaction.
Touché.
So offended.
Well, not offended.
It's my favourite potato, Wheels.
Just sort of confused by how you can be so dismissive of the humble Maris Piper. It's got everything. It's creamy for mash. It's floury for roasties. Thank you, Martin Cox. Maris Piper is the best all-rounder potato.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Best all-rounder potato. Hit me.
Don't at me.
Okay, here is a very damp skeleton. But hopefully you can see. The contrast is already sort of coming in.
Yeah.
So there will... Come on, camera. There we go. Contrast is coming in, and then once we start picking out the sort of more exposed bits of bone, this skeleton's really going to pop out of the ground. Made myself laugh.
Have to make someone laugh.
Wow. What did I do to you? What did I...
You called me out on not knowing any publishers and birds combos.
Okay. I just feel like
you bat me in a bird-based corner.
It's important to be accountable. Oh, God. Travelling Potato. So it's an apposite username. It says, I always think of the Maris Piper as one of the less humble varieties. I imagine if it could speak, it would have a chip on its shoulder all the time. Well.
Can certainly take a chip out of its shoulder.
Yep.
Now, I can't actually tell. I don't know if I should go yellow underneath. Like, he's got, like, this little bit under his chin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I should go yellow there as, like, the sort of collar.
Tricky.
Ooh, another super chat here from Adam G, who says, always enjoy these paint-along streams, guys. You are great company while I work my way through painting the Marvel Crisis Protocol core set box.
Ah, yeah. I think we got that into the office once, didn't we?
Yeah, I actually used it. I don't know if...
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if people have watched it in this chat, but we did a Let's Play of Infinity Code 1 with the, for our purposes, late great Dean Abdu. And we had a whole mix of terrain, but there was a lot of the Crisis Protocol bits in there.
Hard to argue when they give you like a taxi.
Yeah,
Stuff.
and like dumpsters, and there's even like a newsstand for the Daily Bugle.
Yeah. So we should actually lampshade this now while we're talking about Dean. Dean, you may know, has left the company. So for the time being, he is absent from Dungeon Breaker. So when we restart, we're going to be a cast member down. But we're hoping we can get him involved again in the future. It is, I think I'm allowed to say it, it's a slightly complicated situation where at the minute we don't have the money to pay him, but we don't want him to work for free because that would be distinctly unfair. So fingers crossed, more Dean Abdu in the future, because frankly he's fantastic. He's gone over to Gaming Bible, so that's where you can find him in front of camera and doing other things. So there we go.
As he should be.
Hello,
really.
Adam G is actually painting the taxi right now.
Ah.
What colour?
Alex Gray says find it. Oh, Alex Gray sent us a super chat saying, find it hard to create lately. I do. Alex, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, big time. I tell you what, I have read maybe 3 books since March, and normally I read a book a week, pretty much.
I think I've read 3 books in my entire life.
Chris Rakowski's done a super chat. Say, if you're missing a cast member, can I join in? Regrettably, Chris, no. Same problem.
Appreciate the bravado.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, Alex Gray, if you are struggling, I've seen actually a lot of, because I follow a lot of artists on Twitter, because in general, just do that. It makes your timeline incredible. But I have seen a lot of people recently going through a similar thing. So it is not just you, trust me.
It's
not just you.
Yeah, I mean, the entire world has been in crisis for the better part of a year now. That's
hell.
Yeah, that's going to take a toll on everybody. So you shouldn't beat yourself up for not being productive. I know it sounds easy for us to say it when we're streaming live on the internet and painting miniatures, but this is often the only painting I do, like at the minute. I did some painting. I finished up 2 models about a week ago, and apart from that I haven't picked up a brush, even though I always have all of my paints around me and models on my desk, so the only thing I need to do is grab some water and I can go for it. Like everyone is struggling, and you A, shouldn't compare yourself to other people, and B, shouldn't beat yourself up about it, because it ain't worth it.
And that happens, you know. Even if there's nothing going on, sometimes your brain just shuts down a little bit. I did see actually quite recently someone said if you are hitting like a roadblock or something, like if your brain is just not letting you get past something, the best bit of advice they said they've ever had is just get this done so that you can get it better later. Like just get whatever the hell comes out onto paper or whatever it is you're working on. Get it done, and then you can always come back to it another time.
And as Angel Beat says, don't forget to drink your paint water.
Exactly, because that is actually, little known fact, where all of the creative juices in your brain come from. Not juice at all, it's paint water.
Non-toxic acrylics. Nom.
Mm-hmm. I stress if you are not working with non-toxic acrylics.
Yeah, if you're working with lead-based paints, stop that. Stop doing that anyway. It's dangerous.
Yes. God. Just slapped a load of yellow right off the edge of where I wanted it to go.
Did Johnny actually just drink his paint water? Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's not the first time.
It certainly won't be the last. Okay, what colour do I want the underbits?
Jeez, I just saved that one. Just pushed it back over.
Just keep blocking.
That could have been catastrophic.
Keep blocking in the top. Here we go. But the lead makes it taste spicy, says Cookie Cat 94. Oh no.
I want the forbidden paint water. Shadowcat is going through the process of working through the Star Trek Adventures RPG books.
Ooh.
I've played those before.
Me neither. Alright.
I always tend to find that, like, if an RPG is, like, of a pre-established universe that, I don't know, like it is a TV show or something like that, it always kind of turns me off it a little bit.
I know what you mean. Like, when we played the Alien RPG, I really enjoyed it. I was like, what a great system.
Yeah.
The stress dice are amazing. This is great. And I thought, but how many times can you make such a well-known and well-documented, like, adversary feel potent? You know, like, even if you avoided it.
Yeah, I mean, ask Ridley Scott, right?
Even if you avoided it for a year-long campaign, if eventually, suddenly there's you see a chest burster come out and it's in the vents, everyone's like, all right, here we go. We're finally doing the alien one. You know, I struggle with it a little bit. Tell you what I don't struggle with is darker skin tones over purple.
Looking good.
I'm doing it now, and it looks very, very nice.
Right.
If I say so myself.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I've just done some cleaning up in the yellow.
Hopefully this will show up. Come on.
You want me to? Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, lovely.
It automatically just adds sort of a depth and richness to it, which I really like.
Mm.
That's the easy highlighting dark skin tones. It's difficult because black skin needs to be lit completely differently from white skin, and I don't have very much experience with doing that. So yeah.
LMP asks, with the recent advances in 3D printed minis quality, would you consider getting a 3D printer, Johnny?
Maybe. Like, the urge isn't particularly strong, because it just feels like a bit of a faff.
I love toys. I don't know about you guys, but I turn into a big kid whenever I got something new in the mail. I can't really say what it is now because it's something with a personal project I'm doing. But I had a big, expensive, cool new thing arrive. And we were mid-filming Dicebreaker when it turned up, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go play with it."
Now I'm really intrigued.
Literally like a kid in Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know. Pretty sure I've told you what I got.
I'll catch up with you after this. It's not going to be great, Sally, if I'm just going. A super chat from Maya Zulf says, I'm inking some blue dice for our Air Genasi, and I can't decide between white for clouds or gold to show his money-grubbing nature.
I think, to be honest, white and gold go well together. So maybe you could mix and match.
Like gold for the higher values. So if you roll well,
Yeah.
it's like, yes, I rolled gold.
It's actually a really cool idea. if you sort of mix together a gradient of the inks,
Ooh.
and then literally like, okay, here's a 1, so I'll go right at the bottom. Here's a 10, so I'll go right at the top, sort of thing. That sounds really convoluted, so you don't have to do that. But
no, we've said it now. Oh, come on, metallic paint, go on.
Okay, so here is blocked out Crusader.
Hey, that looks brilliant.
Yeah, there
it is. Really
is.
clean. Well done.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying for. Just as clean a line as possible.
Yeah. Just go on the model, paint. Did I not prime this well enough? What is going on? I've not used this shade before, in fairness. But it's a Vallejo.
Oh my god. Alyssa says, hello, I'm injecting Johnny and Wills' calming energy into my brain after a week from hell with new puppy having 3 vet trips and now being kept in. Oh my god.
Oh, Alyssa, I've seen pictures of the puppy and I hope said puppy is okay. Honestly, having a puppy is so exhausting. It's one of the most intense things I've ever done. The first few weeks we had Watson, I was getting maybe 2 hours sleep a night. And there was one time.
It's basically like having a baby.
Oh yeah,
essentially.
Yeah, she had to get up. I had to get her out of the crate every 2 hours to make sure she went to the toilet, and then she'd want to play, and like we just didn't know how to communicate with one. We didn't know how to read one another very well at that point. Oh my god, I remember one time just crying at 3 a.m. silently while pulling on a toy, like because she just wanted to play tug. But now.
Watson!
She's already a bit fed up with me today because I gave her a bath. She's very sleepy.
Hello.
Oh, you're very sleepy.
Such a good girl.
Can't really keep you.
That's currently
Can't really keep you here because this is a sponsored stream. We're meant to be painting.
It's fine. It increases the engagement. It's all good. Oh, look at that face! Look at you.
We have a like spike for Watson, please. And I'll get her to sniff the mic. What's this? Nope, she's not playing ball.
She did a little bit of a...
Oh, good. Not having a great day, is she?
Right, 2 things here to read out. First is a sponsored, not sponsored, super chat. That's the one. You got me thinking about sponsorships from Titan Uranus, who says, speaking of Osprey Publishing, have you ever played any of the GMT coin games? I think I have heard of these.
Greenage Mutant Turtles?
Greenwich Mutant Turtles.
Greenwich Meantime Titans?
GMT coin. I think these are the war game things, right? I think so.
Okay,
Yes.
carry on.
No, we have not.
I mean, I could have told you that.
These are very like. If I'm thinking about what you're thinking about, Titan Uranus, this is like very heavy, sort of like, games that use like 100 different little chits with a big realistic map kind of war games. So unfortunately not, my friend, but also probably never will.
It's good to be upfront.
Unless for repeat
things. I saw somebody ask what breed Watson is. She's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, not a Pit Bull. Pit Bulls are actually a banned breed in the UK, which is nonsense, but is the law. So, but she's a Staff.
I also have a very important question here for you.
Go on.
Johnny, and for me, actually, from Leo, that says, Johnny and Wheels. Hold on, Johnny and Wheels. How does it feel to be the 2 handsomest men in tabletop gaming?
Can't believe you read that out.
And then we have another super chat here from Logan Hanlon, who says, we're getting a German Shepherd puppy in 2 weeks, and I'm so excited. Pictures of Teddy incoming when we get him. He's going to look like... I'll tell you that. German Shepherd puppies are adorable.
They really are. Good girl, Watson. Good pig.
Emma Benton says, "Well, how does it feel?" You didn't answer the question.
I'll let you know if it happens.
I am wearing trousers. They're shorts, okay?
That was a leap.
Short.
What happened there?
Yeah. Somebody said Wheels needs to put some trousers. I put my knee up to read the question now.
Saw somebody say if I had a collection of Hot Wheels, you'd make it. Frank Lenartz, that was. Very good.
Look, every now and again, we're allowed to feel good about ourselves as a treat.
Every now and then we have a treat.
And I need you more than ever. And I need you more than ever. So I'm painting the scroll now. It's difficult because I'm doing like bone white color over silver, which is going to take a few minutes. Let's say that.
Yeah. I am currently doing the hair on the arbalist. I'm doing a sort of. Pardon you, Watson. That's her getting comfortable.
Toto makes these little noises whenever he makes like any kind of effort towards a jump. He just goes.
Like, sounds like
whenever he
Waluigi.
Kind of. When like if you pick him up for a cuddle, he's like, "Oh, I want to go down now." He sort of jumps out of your arms when he hits the floor. He's just like,
"Oh, I love that." Scout does that sometimes. She hits the deck and goes, "Boom!" like a pigeon. Hello, I'm Duke has done a super chat saying, "Best community ever. Thanks for suggestions, guys. I'm glad we could help. May you have a laptop that has both good performance and a decent webcam for video calls, exactly like you asked about."
Yeah, nice memory.
Thanks. I am just doing the hair on the arbalist, sort of doing a base coat of a darker brown. She's got locks, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and do one or maybe two of them sort of slightly grey. Just to sort of break them up a bit. Because they're... Come on, they're really nicely textured. Come on.
Oh, almost there. You can do it, camera. Come on. Come on,
there
camera.
We go.
There's a good camera.
Oh,
almost.
You had it for...
Almost. You're almost there, camera. Come on. There. Oh.
This is unbelievable.
I swear. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's the ticket.
There we go. It's coming along now.
Facial expression's really good on that miniature.
Yeah, they're really like clean sculpts, but they are very, very expressive. And you know what? The best thing about trying to paint them up accurately is that their eyes are just black and smudgy. So I'm just going to go in there with a lot of black wash and just... It should be good. God, I do love Darkest Dungeon, the PC game, though. We do actually have a playthrough of the upcoming board game. We did a couple of rounds on TTS. So if you do want to check it out, if you're thinking about backing, you can do that. We had a good time. It is...
Yeah, and it's literally me and Johnny playing with the designers, so it will feel like a very natural next step from this video.
They do a good job of getting the atmosphere across, I think. Especially the bit where you're like, I'm going to take a lot of damage unless I can get rid of this item. May I, everybody?
Yeah, I think one thing you don't really get from the game that you do from the board game, because it's co-op and you're sort of sharing stuff. Normally you're like, okay, cool, well, I've got a shovel, so I'm going to use my shovel to clear out this and all that sort of stuff. Whereas now it's like, yeah, you can do that, but it means that if I get it later, then I can't do it. So are you sure you want to use that? And then it becomes a bit more of a debate.
Yeah.
Do you need to not be poisoned right now?
Could you not just be a bit poisoned for me? Yeah, it's very interesting. Because, and in the actual board game, you each take on an adventurer. Rather than taking on sort of the role of the heir or the overseer of the estate. Oh, it looks like Lowly's is in the chat.
They sort of swap the perspective a little bit, don't they? Yeah, which is quite interesting.
Lowly's entered the chat saying, "Well," as if to say, as if we didn't tell her we were streaming.
Well, what's going on here then?
That stream I tweeted about earlier because I knew it was happening. How dare you two? Hi, Lolies.
Hi there, mate.
I'm having quite an interesting time painting with a bigger brush in small areas, and I think you're right. I think, actually, it's doing me a pretty good service.
It's like if you look at people who do calligraphy, they actually have a really big brush because it's sort of like it means you can sort of twist and turn it
Yeah.
and create points and really smooth circles and stuff. So I think that's the idea.
Calligraphy is fascinating to watch. It really is.
Calligraphy's cool. Big fan.
Heard it here first, kids.
Got any calligraphers out there? Big shout out to you. Shout out to all the calligraphers in the chat.
God, you're so online.
Calligraphers, rise up. We have another super chat here from Teresa S, who says, "My favourite moment from the stream archive is Johnny demonstrating how he wears Luna as a hat. Still giggling about it."
Yeah, Luna hat.
That was a nice moment.
Oh, I miss Luna. I'm apart from both of the cats at the minute. It's just it's me and my dog while I wait to move into the actual flat I'm moving into. And even though she screams all the time and is oftentimes the bane of my existence, I do miss her. But hey ho, we'll be.
My partner is very much a dog person.
Yeah.
And when
My partner is
that was for the
very much
benefit of the
correct.
chat, Johnny.
Sorry.
But when they first met the cats, they were like, "Oh, they are cute. I do like them." And now, after like a few months, I'll just like come into the lounge and they're like cuddling up to Toto and going, "Oh, Toto, oh, Toto."
Yeah, I mean,
they just look at me like I'm not a cat person.
it's inevitable though. The thing is,
you can't be around cute, cuddly animals without falling in love with them.
You can not be a cat or a dog person, but love a specific cat or a specific dog. It just happens.
Mm.
I'm not a cat person, but Luna and Scout, bloody love him. So
Dark Hardline says, just started painting and building minis Warhammer since last December. Can you give me maybe not just can you give me some tips on how to shade? It's been a while since we've sort of like done explainers on the stream, so we might as well revisit a little bit, because I'm about to do some shading in a minute, so I'll show you how it works, Dark Hardline.
Oh, while you're getting ready to do that, I've got hot off the press, just in. Lowly's joke of the week.
Oh God.
Why did the vampire have no friends? Because he
had nobody to go with.
Because he was a pain in the neck. Come on, I liked it, and it's good for Halloween.
It's a very cracker joke.
I still laugh whenever I remember the "what's red and bad for your teeth" one.
I've forgotten.
Hey Wills, what's red and bad for your teeth?
I don't know, Johnny. What is red and bad for your
brick.
Teeth?
There you go. A couple of super chats I think we missed. CookieCat94 has done a super chat to say, any inking colour suggestions for a multicolour pastel set of dice? I mean, if the dice themselves are multicolour pastel, it's whatever's highest contrast. So white or black, depending on the sort of how light the colours are.
I guess it depends on if you want the colour of the ink to be the same for the whole set. Is the problem. Because if you don't mind them differing, then just like doing so.
I mean, I will say I know absolutely nothing about making or inking dice, and now I've answered 2 questions on the same stream about it. So please take that with an enormous pinch of salt. Skills Loading has done a super chat saying, want to say a huge thank you to DB. 3 years ago today, I came through a serious illness that left me with anxiety. Since you launched your streams, always clear my head and help me see the way ahead. Thank you very much for the super chat and for the kind words, Skills Loading, excuse me. I'm glad they help.
It's lovely to have you here.
I think before we joined Dicebreaker, Wills and I would both paint for just like chill therapeutic reasons.
The S&Gs.
Yeah. I don't understand.
For S's and G's.
Oh.
Yeah, they.
Sorry. So it's to be able to do it as part of a job is actually kind of a dream come true. So We're glad that it helps you in the same way it helps us. I'd say this is... I like our streams on Thursdays, but the painting stream is absolutely the highlight for me. I think it's my favourite thing we get to do because it is just chill.
It, like, without sounding braggy, it doesn't feel like work, does it?
No.
Not in the slightest.
No, it's good.
Another super chat here from Skills Loading is follow-up says, as a PS, I taunted you several times with baked goods using my old username Sonic in a Hamster Ball. Once this year calms down, baked goods will arrive.
Amazing.
Right. Okay.
Got to go fast.
I have to go fast.
I'm desirous to travel quickly. Oh, Sonic.
Moving on to leather now.
I was just about to start doing the same thing.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Oh gosh, it's not even 4 yet. Maybe I should have got 2 models prepped.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. I'm just gonna make this the most detailed Crusader known to man.
Nanyo Business says in a super chat, I still can't get the DB merch store to ship to Australia. That's weird. I'll look into that. Because as far as I'm aware, that should be a thing that can happen. Obviously, I'm not the definitive word on that, but if I can help, then verily I shall. If I have to get in a rowboat and die on my way to Australia,
then I guess that's just a sacrifice I'll have to
so
make.
that as part of my eulogy, people say, if only the Dicebreaker match store shipped to Australia.
This never would have happened. Oh my lord, more super chats coming in. This one from Veronica Matziuk.
Hey.
Says, I had a really rough time recently and Dicebreaker has been keeping me company for all of it. So here's a thank you and a big internet hug with love heart. A big internet hug to you back as well.
I hope you're doing alright, Ronnie.
Very
Sorry things have been rough.
Another one here from Duken who says, any Dicebreaker Halloween streams coming up or no? Well, Johnny.
Probably.
Yeah, probs.
We do have some Halloween content planned.
Yeah. In fact, this Sunday.
Hmm.
Sunday. It's a new list video from Wheels. 4 Halloween spooky board games coming your way this Sunday. Our recommendations. With bits written by Alex Meehan, who's in the chat, and Matt Jarvis. So look out for those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeehaw.
Betty Fieldhouse asks, which paint is the most delicious? I'm not wasn't eating the paint then. I was trying to get a tip on my brush. But I reckon Lead Belch is quite tasty from Citadel.
Oh, it does look shiny and goopy.
It just smells how I remember those paints smelling. So I think there's a nostalgia element for me in there.
I want to eat Gehenna's Gold. Which is quite literally just molten gold.
Yeah, but we've all seen Game of Thrones. That never ends well. Ground
well,
King.
look, I know he died, but you don't know he didn't think, what, this tastes good.
Oh, there were shrieks of delight, were they?
Well, no, look, there's a difference between, ow, this hurts because it's really hot, and, oh, also this tastes bad, you know?
It's irritatingly hard to fault your logic there.
That's my brand.
Yep.
Another super chat here from Brandon Simon. Hello from California. Thanks for the chill stream.
Hello, California.
You're very welcome. Hello, California.
Thank you.
I hope you're saying hello as well, Brandon.
Why do people put up with us?
I don't know. Although I'm sure we're going to get spammed with lovely comments after that. Okay. Come on, little belt.
Okay.
Time to be brown.
A crown for the king. Kingslayer, come here.
Fetch me the dice tower.
Bring me Tom Vasel.
there's a very, very small area that I need to get brown, but it's right next to the
Oh,
blue.
no.
Oh, he's only gone and done it.
And the crowd goes wild. Okay. All right. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. I need to do woods and leathers. And a bit more metal. And then I think I will be ready to shade. Speaking of shade, how's the skeleton coming on? It is actually getting there. It's mostly dry. You can see. I mean, can you see? Let's see if the camera plays ball. Yeah.
Oh yeah, straight
Look at
up.
the contrast
That's
on
how you
that.
know it's good contrast, when the camera's like, oh, those are some nice clean
That's very
lines
true.
that I can focus
That
on.
is very true. Oh, there's apparently the drink your paint water mug is still sold out. So it's none of your business. So apparently I
So many people.
don't need to start my voyage to Australia just yet.
So many people drinking paint water. That's why.
Yeah. Take that, the criminally overstretched and underfunded NHS.
This is actually the new Tory policy to fix starving children. Just going to start shipping out all the used paint water to schools.
Okay. Oh dear. Right. What else do I need to do? I need to do. Oh, I tell you what, that'd be nice. Yeah, let's do about that. So. Okay. Don't get ahead of yourself. Blocking the leather. Blocking the leather.
I'm on bated breath here.
Well, okay. I need to do leather and wood because I need to do the crossbow, and I need to do all of the straps around the quiver and stuff like that. I also need to do the head strap up here. And what my plan is, for the trousers, I'm going to make them stripy. So I'm going to come in with a dark blue and alternate between the purpley pink and the blue. And then I thought, why don't I make the headband blue? And then I thought, that's a fun idea, I'll do that right now. And then I thought, no, you can't have any headband until you finished your crossbow. So that's what I'm doing. Jeremy Hulse has done a super chat to ask, how's the airbrush work coming along, Johnny? Not well. My airbrush is in storage along with almost all of my possessions because I am between flats at the moment. So hopefully I will be installed in a forever home soon, like I'm a stray cat.
I was just about to say, you're getting adopted.
And then I'll be able to set up my painting stuff again. I mean, you know, I'm not doing terribly. I'm just painting manually at the minute. I've still got all of my paints with me because I thought that's an essential. I brought 3 pairs of socks with me, knowing that I would be away from all of my possessions for at least 6 weeks. 3 pairs of socks I brought, and all of my paints. Because
to be fair,
I'm a responsible adult.
To be fair, let's be honest. Socks are for outside, and how often do you outside? Although you do have a dog, so do you know what? Never mind.
Aoife Brennan or Aoife Brennan? I'm sorry, I've messed that name up, haven't I? Does a super chat to ask, if you could do a D&D or other tabletop game collab with another channel, what would you play and with whom? I'd love to see Oxventure / Critical Role. I'm assuming that's Oxventure collabing with Critical Role, not Dicebreaker collabing with Oxventure, because I do that already. Another channel.
Well, you say that. You are Oxventure, so it's not technically a collab. So theoretically, you could say
as part
Dicebreaker / Oxventure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the Try Guys.
That's an interesting tidbit.
I really like the Try Guys. I'd really like to do a collaboration with them.
They did do D&D,
Did
didn't they? Yeah. I don't actually watch their channel, but I've seen the thumbnail for it pop up. Okay. Right, I've done his belt and his pouches.
Lowly's
got a lot of pouches.
I'm not going to read out what you just wrote in chat, but no, don't do that. I will not be amused. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, that's quite weird.
Dino Buckwell has to go. Oh, it's Dino Buckwell. I remember this from previous streams. See you later, Dino. Oh, and apparently, according to Ifer Brennan, I said it the first time, it's Ifer. So.
Down at Dino's Buckwell Grill.
Every day's a fresh delight with you.
That's the Wheels guarantee.
Mm-hmm. That's quite a bold guarantee. The Wheels guarantee everything is delightful. Like, not even Finder's Crispy Pancakes does that. They're just like, if you're not satisfied, like, blimey.
You said a fresh delight, though.
Touché.
I don't know.
No, you're all good. No, stick to your guns, young man.
It's not something I do often, so...
So if you're just joining us, hi! We are Wheels and Johnny from the Dicebreaker team. I'll leave you to work out who's who. And we are painting Darkest Dungeon miniatures from the upcoming Darkest Dungeon board game made by Mythic Games. Indeed, we are legally obligated and morally obligated to tell you that this stream is sponsored by Mythic Games. So they have sent us some of the minis, advanced copies. I'm painting up the Arbalist, as you can see here. Wheels is absolutely tearing through the Crusader.
Here he is. So far.
There he is. Looks great. They're just hyper accurate sculpts.
They're really good.
I know it's going to sound like we're shilling because this is a sponsored stream, but like I am genuinely impressed.
Yeah, we'll show you the email. They never asked us to be nice about them.
That's true. Yeah, they're impressive, and I like them, especially since they're 2D in the game.
Yeah, I think when you have 2D art and you go 3D, it can always be a bit weird.
Yeah, like some of the statues you see of like 2D characters for like Funko Pop presents. They look awful.
God.
I mean, Funko Pops, I hate them. So.
Yeah, I've never seen a Funko Pop that doesn't look awful, to be fair.
There is one Funko Pop in the past that I have thought looks good, and that is Gunter from Adventure Time, because it just so happens to be almost a perfect rendering of what Gunter looks like in Adventure Time.
Yeah, he already looks like a Funko Pop, so it's kind of fine.
This one likes to break bottles. Oh, good. The chat's already helped anyone confused as to which one of us is which. The one with the beard is Johnny, and also Wheels. Oh, dear.
Bram Verbeek says, Wheels, does the Crusader have a massive shopping list, or is it receipt? It looks like he's holding up a receipt, like, excuse you, sir. I have the bill right here.
I demand to see the manager.
When I walked into here with my nice lunch meal, I did not expect to pay a service charge. By the name of the Divine Holy Order, I ask for a refund.
Yikes. You think the Divine Holy Order could afford to pay the service charge, really?
You know what they're like.
Ooh, take that, organised religion. Bazzow!
Wowie!
Hey, gads.
You're listening to Dicebreaker Radio.
Shock jock Michael Whelan. I can believe it. I can believe it. Oh, good. Yeah, Ronnie's helping out further. Johnny also has headphones, and coincidentally, so does Wheels. I believe Johnny is the one brushing with painting with a brush, and Wheels is the one brushing with paint. Says Infelix Soror. Good. This is why I love this community, and it's why now that it's obviously crystal clear which one of us is which, you should join in.
Veronica says Sigmar is a Karen. It is canon. He would totally tip under 10%.
Oh my god, yes. And be like, when the next time I come in here, I expect an apology from all of you. Like, oh, go away, Sigmar. The one with glasses is Johnny. Johnny is the one with brown hair. Hey, Michael.
I don't have glasses.
Neither do I. Look at me.
Oh, I see. I get the joke now.
Michael Hayden has done a super chat. In your opinion, what works better, board game to video game or video game to board game? Brackets, my first ever super chat. Greetings from Alaska. Whoa. Cool, frankly.
It's probably because we've never asked, but I didn't realise we had viewers in Alaska.
Yeah.
So there we go.
You are the first viewer that I'm aware of from Alaska.
An honour.
In answer to your question, what works better, board game to video game or video game to board game? It's difficult because board game to video game, you can just do a straight port. So you're playing the same game, but it's actually just a bit quicker. Like we played the Game of Thrones board game recently, and we had a really good time because it sped up what is A, quite an old board game now, and B, what is famously quite a plodding board game. But we ripped through a game in like an hour and 10. And it was great, and it really highlighted why the tabletop game itself is so much fun. But when you go from video game to board game, because obviously there isn't a computer crunching numbers or moving bits around for you or whatever, or presenting a digital world that you can just control, they sort of have to be a bolder and more creative. So there are some video game board games that I really rate. Like This War of Mine is superb. XCOM, the board game, I really love. I think that's cracking. Dark Souls, the board game, like I reviewed it quite positively. I've not gone back to it since. Like it's good. But yeah, I think it's a harder task to go video game to board game, and some board games just don't do it well, or they do it very strangely. Like the Lara Croft Tomb Raider game, where each of you plays as a different Lara Croft. I can't talk about it without laughing. You know, like.
Well, it's also just like it's the thing of even if you play the video game that has been turned into a board game. If you play the board game, that was, you know what I mean. If you play the board game version of a video game, then oftentimes you'll be like, even if you enjoyed it, you'd say, well, that was good, but why am I not just playing the video game? Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. That is so often the thing where it's like, that was cool, but I just want to play. Yeah, if I want to play that, I'll play the video game. Right, don't super chat this, Michael, because I'm asking you. Like, you shouldn't have to pay to satisfy my curiosity. But what is one thing about Alaska that you wish people knew? Because obviously, when you say Alaska to people like us, like it's like that old
it's North Pole.
Yeah, it's like that Jim Carrey bit where it's like people are like, "Wow, must be cold." You know, like God, I forgot about that sketch. Yes, Canada. But yeah, like, what do you wish people knew about Alaska when they aren't busy just asking you reductive questions about temperatures? Please.
Recommendation for a Lara Croft game here. Lara Croft escape game. You play as the butler trying to escape from being locked in the fridge.
Incredible.
Thank you for that, Chatter. I'm afraid I can't read your name because it's it doesn't use the what's the name of our alphabet? Johnny, what's our alphabet called?
The Latin alphabet? Is it the Latin alphabet?
Yeah, sure. The Latin alphabet. That's the one that we can read. It's not in that one, and I'm an idiot.
Brennan says, a prime example of a bad video game board game is Super Mario Brothers. What a waste of cardboard and time. Oh, here we go. Michael Hayden says, everyone thinks it's dark all the time, which it is in winter, but in the summer it's almost light for 24 hours.
Yes, no, I knew that, because the closer you are to...
The North Pole, the more extreme
North Pole,
differences.
The day lengths are. Yeah.
Wayward Kitten has done a super chat to say, I've got to leave now, but thanks for making my last hour at work go by so fast. Until next time. Congrats for clocking off on work. I hope you have a lovely evening. Bye. Hello, I'm Duke N. Says, piggybacking from Michael Hayden question, would the Among Us video game be a good one if turned into, I think that's a board game. Would Among Us make a good board game?
Do you know what? No. And I'll tell you for why. So when Among Us started to get popular, I saw it and people were like, "Oh, do you want to play?" And I was like, "Not really," because like I've played so many different hidden role games that are basically just werewolf, and like I'm bored of them, essentially, right? Whereas the nice thing about Among Us is that it pairs that experience with actual genuine like video game dexterity. So like you have to actually be good at stealth and to also, have map awareness and to, fabricate stories based on what you were doing in the game. And there's a lot more to it because it has been made digital that I think you would lose if you turned it back into a board game.
You know what? I think I agree. I think the elements that set Among Us apart and make it a unique and exciting video game are the ones that are there because they are unique to video games. Like that's the thing. I think if somebody said, "Do you want to play Among Us now? It's a board game," I'd say no. Let's just play a hidden role game I know I like. So
yeah.
Ooh, Paul Houlihan says Battlestar Galactica is basically the same as Among Us and is a cracking board game. That is actually probably the closest analogue I can think of.
I think I was actually thinking about this recently. Dead of Winter is actually a really good pairing as well.
Yeah, I've played the Battlestar board game once, and I think it's a bit creaky now. It sort of shows its age. But it does do things really well. Like, it does certain things that the Thing Infection at Outpost 31, as a more recent game, doesn't do as well. But it's an interesting one. Nunio Bidness has done an absolutely whopping super chat, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's huge.
One is to say thank you, guys. I'm 8 months sober, and the Dicebreakers have really helped in these difficult days of early sobriety. So thanks. Congratulations, Nunio Bidness.
That's incredible.
That is a massive achievement. And yeah, you should feel very proud of yourself. That is absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for, your continued support as well, because it's safe to say we are very much aware of you as part of the community, and we really appreciate it. Yeah. So thanks for sticking with us.
Definitely see you as one of our regulars.
Yeah, and thank you for sticking with us, and I'm glad we could help, without even realising. So that is lovely.
Can't stress enough how massive an achievement that is. That's huge.
Can we do the thing where we absolutely spam love hearts in the chat again, please? I really liked that earlier.
Yeah, do it.
There we go.
Do it, chat. I dare you, chat.
Laura B.
I dare you to be really wholesome and positive.
Laura B says, what's the hidden role game he mentioned? Winter. It's Dead of Winter, Laura B.
Yes. In fact, I have it right here.
My goodness.
I wonder why. It's Dead of Winter.
So it's still cellophane?
No, it's just a shiny cover.
There they are.
It's the first. I think it's the first Crossroads game by Pastel. The cool thing about it is that there's a big deck of cards called the Crossroads deck, and whenever you take your turn, the player to your right draws a Crossroads card, reads it secretly, because at the top there is a set of italics, which give like a sort of condition. So, for example, if the player is controlling this character and moves to the petrol station or whatever, and then if that ever happens during the turn, you say stop, and the player has to stop what they're doing, and then story will happen to you. So it's most recently, I wonder why I've been writing about it, but I wrote a little bit that says it's kind of like playing a choose your own adventure, but the pages have turned without you even realizing you turned them, sort of thing. And then you have to just sort of like sit there and think about what you're going to do with the results of your actions, which is very cool.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I nearly bought it when I saw it for like 25 quid in a charity shop window.
Oh wow, that's cheap. Yeah. It's like £40.
Dang it. Oh well. Okay. Michael Hayden has to leave. Thank you very much for your lovely fact about Alaska and for your super chat and for tuning in from Alaska. This has been a great day for everyone. Lots of little details. Dee. I'm taking my sweet time with this model. Normally I'm a lot faster than this, but it's quite nice.
I've slowed down quite a lot now, so I think I'll be alright. Now that I'm doing the lever, it's very, very small bits.
Yeah, I've kind of slowed down. Sammy Couch says, guess who just finished drawing all of those rocks? Oh yeah, it's me.
Oh yeah.
Jamie McCluskey has done a super chat to say, finish my final exams for medical school today, so now time to relax, and what better than a Dicebreaker stream. Thanks, lads. Congratulations on finishing those exams. med school, as far as I understand, this might be news to you, Jamie McCluskey, is no joke. Apparently, it was quite hard and long to do. So,
I can't imagine why.
yeah, so well done. Jeremy Hulse has done a super chat to say, ooh, for each of you, the ooh was my own. It wasn't. It wasn't Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't start sentences with ooh, as far as I'm aware. For each of you, what would you consider to be your 5 most commonly used paints?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Agrax Earthshade, number
Agrax
1.
Are we counting shades? I guess we can, yes. Agrax Earthshade, 1. Bang. In the bank.
Null Oil, 2. 3, I mean, it might just be because of the amount of minis I've been painting from the, is it Soul Wars box?
Yeah.
But yeah, Screamer Pink is just a fantastic colour, and I use it a lot because I really like the shade. So that's definitely one of my top ones.
I have a lot of browns. I've got, how many am I using right now? 1, 2, 3. I'm using 4 different shades of brown on this miniature. So I use a lot of those. Just because I find when models have leather and wood, using the exact same, and also, if you're trying to do dark skin tones and stuff, it all just looks a bit sort of homogenous. So that a lot. But paints I use most commonly.
Wait, sorry, Johnny.
Go on.
Is one of your contributions to the list of paints you use the most lots of brown paints?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Actually. So, Dryad Bark, Mornfang Brown, Rhinox Hide, Blood Reaver Flesh. Where's my other brown? Oh, yeah. No, wait, that's black. Is that all my browns? I think that's all my browns. Yeah, 4 of them are brown. And what? And I'm going to say Stormhost Silver, which is a very, 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 very bright silver.
Very bright.
Which is just really good for highlighting metals. If you pick out rivets and they're in a darker metal, then suddenly it looks like ping. So that's very nice. I can't believe I got sassed for talking about how versatile brown can be.
Well, it's more just like I would like a limited amount of paints that you use a lot, and you're like, cool, I'm going to give you like 5 in 1 point.
Didn't ask for 5.
I can't think of a mini that I've painted that doesn't have Mornfang Brown and Leadbelcher on it.
Yeah.
And probably Balthazar Gold as well. I use Balthazar Gold all the time, which is basically like a bronzy kind of really dark golden colour. We have some more super chats here. Oh no, just one, sorry. Will Sawyer says, DM'd my first D&D session a few days ago, and it was a lot of fun. Never played in or GM'd an RPG before, so all of DB's resources was super useful. Well, I'm very, very glad to hear that.
Straight in at the deep end, I like it.
Yeah. I think people often forget that, like, when you have a group of people who want to start playing D&D, somebody has to be the GM, and like oftentimes, if none of you have played it before, like you're gonna have to be the GM even though you don't play before. So it is possible. It's very much possible.
I'll be right back. I need to close a blind because right now,
you are
my greatest nemesis, the sun.
Oh Lord. Done? Yeah. Okay. So I've got 2 shades of brown here that I'm using. I've got like a sort of lighter brown that I've got on the boots. And then a darker brown that I've got on like the belt and his straps and stuff. So I think what I'm going to do now...
Teach you to be a star, making life on Earth possible.
I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some silver and start cleaning up the bits where I've just like gone over the metals without meaning to. Just after I clean up this scroll.
I'm going to read out a super chat from Emmy Little, and you can't stop me.
You go ahead, Johnny.
Emmy Little says, how are you boys doing? Doing all right.
Pretty good. Yeah.
2020 is hard. 2020 is a difficult year. Personally, I feel like I am in limbo a little bit because I'm waiting to move into a flat, at which point I can be reunited with my possessions. 2 of the 3 pets, and my wife, of whom I'm very fond. And it just
that's quite a big
it
bit.
is. I think for a lot of people it just feels like life is on hold, and I am certainly no exception. There are still I'm getting on in certain things, like I'm running a lot of RPGs at the minute. I'm painting right now, which is always lovely, but like I haven't read a book in months, and it just feels like several elements of my life have just gone on pause, and it's very hard not to feel awful for people who have it worse than me as well. So that's
everyone's enjoying the Watson reflection, by the way.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. So otherwise, it's all right. I think once I get past these couple of little hiccups, then things will be a lot different, and I'm looking forward to that day. So, how about you, Wheels?
I'm good. I'm starting to feel bruised. Actually, I've started doing there's a game I've been playing recently, which is very physically active. So I'm using it to sort of like keep fit.
Oh, you got one of those headset-y... the sort of things where you play catch. And you put a headband on and you like donk, and then you have to throw the ball, which is very intense.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember those.
But yeah, I've like hyperextended my arms about 8 times.
Don't want to do that, mate.
Right. Oh god. Yes, a game, Tiny Uranus. Don't be making sore arm jokes on this channel. It's a family stream. Hey now.
You're a rock star. Get your game on. Go play.
Now go play. Grey here, which I'm going to use for his pants.
Get in there, Paint. There we go. Well done, Paint.
Truth says, obviously some sort of dexterity game, Hyper Jenga or something.
Yeah. See, look, here we go. Look. See, come on, camera.
Come on, camera, you can do it. Oh,
see the leather against the crossbow? See how they're two different shades of brown?
Yeah.
Magic!
Yeah, I see it.
Am I going to go for a third wash on the skeleton?
I think it looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, actually. I don't want to do a third. I'm going to do a third. I'm going to do it.
Oh,
I'm going to do it.
You want mini?
You can't stop me. You don't know where I am right now.
Yeah, dude.
Shut up.
Yeah, this is getting real small details now.
Yeah, we're getting into crunch time, aren't we?
I obviously thought I was going a lot faster than I did when I was doing the very easy big blocks of colour.
Yep.
Brendan Jelly points out you're in a conservatory, so I do know where you are.
Damn it. My secret lair. I've been rumbled. Oh, goodness me.
Wait a minute. There's only one house in England that has a conservatory. Why didn't we think of this before? Oh, God. I love it. Fully charged. Fantastic. Thanks for the push notification, phone, for telling me that you have 100% battery.
I'm finished! Thanks, phone.
Excellent. She Who Bards sent in a super chat that says, "Hey, I'm currently trying to plan holiday gifts, and I'm stumped for what I should get my brother-in-law. He loves painting miniatures. Any advice?"
Agrax Earthshade.
Just a big vat of Agrax. He'd probably love that. Do you know what kind of setup he has? Because I'll tell you one thing I'd love to receive is a paint organizer. You know those like stacked sort of stair shelves, so you can have them all spread out and see where everything is. I'd love one of those. So I'd love that as a present.
You do need to know what paints he favours, because for example, this is a Vallejo bottle. This is a Citadel bottle, and they couldn't be more different.
Well, they probably could.
Yep.
Oh, God.
But I got for my birthday this year. I got some new brushes, which is like a set of them from Rock Ninja, I think, and just a small collection of different metal Vallejo paints, which was really nice. I was really touched because it was thoughtful and useful and wasn't gimmicky. It's just like, oh yeah, these are really useful things I'm definitely going to use. So that was good.
Yeah.
We have
I think,
what?
like you say, generally, go for things that you think will actually be quite handy. Because that tends to be a nice thing when you're painting. Stuff that you're like, ooh, that's cool.
Alfred Brown's done another super chat saying, since the opposite was discussed, what video game would you like to see as a tabletop game? I think Gears of War would be good if done right. There was a Gears of War board game. It's out of print, and apparently it was brilliant.
Really?
Yeah. It's extremely hard to find now, but apparently it was genuinely great. So there you go. You were right without even realizing. But I think that it would work. I mean, Gears Tactics is kind of sort of a bit of a cross between the two genres, isn't it? And I think that was pretty well received.
I know this is a bit of a cop out for a super chat question, but genuinely, I just don't want any more video game board games. Don't think I've ever enjoyed one really, enough to buy it. Do you know what I mean? Darkest Dungeon was quite cool, but I guess we only really got a small look at that, so I can't really give an opinion on it. But yeah, I want people to make original ideas more than anything.
It's tricky because there are some games that I'm obsessed with and I want to explore the world more. Like I'm playing a lot of Hades at the moment, and I adore it. But again, there's that bite point of well, how are they going to make that feel substantially different but also true to the form? It's hard, I think, making a video game into a board game. What would I like to see? What would I really like to see? I don't know. Not sure. There's two super chats. I'll take the first one. So the first one is from the one who snacks. Thank you guys. Dark joke for Johnny's sake. Oh no. Where did little Tommy go when he got lost in the minefield? Everywhere.
Oh God.
And there's another super chat. If you want to take that one.
Yes, one sec. Okay. Cookie Cat 94 asks, what do you call someone who immigrated to Sweden? An artificial sweetener. Thanks, Cookie Cat.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think we're supposed to say thank you for that.
Thank you for your super chat and the continued support.
Super chat here from They Call Her Babylon, who says Vallejo looked like they'd fit in lipstick organizers. Well, there's a good tip. There is a good tip. No. No.
They fit.
A child. No.
Oh, Watson.
Nice. Hello.
We're very poppy today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oranjafall says, are you using any special techniques to paint these minis to give them the Darkest Dungeon look? Hang on one sec, I just need to ban somebody who's spamming about Jesus in chat. Hide user. See you later. Are we doing any special techniques? At the minute, not really. I'm just basing colours in. I guess I'm trying to keep it to a fairly muted colour palette, nothing too bright. I would
say that because Darkest Dungeon has that almost sort of comic book art style, because I think the artist was inspired by Mike Mignola, wasn't he?
Oh right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, which The Uninitiated is the artist behind Hellboy.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
So I think to get that style, actually, a really good reference is to look at the official Games Workshop paint jobs, because they have those really hard edge highlights and really sort of like high contrast schemes, which make them really sort of poppy and cartoony kind of looking. It's almost like cell shading. So that might be a
That's interesting.
Good tip if you are painting these yourself at some point.
At the minute, I'm just blocking in colours, which just feels like a bit of... Well, it's not like it feels like drudgery. It's obviously necessary and it is quite fun, but it doesn't really feel like I'm creating atmosphere on this mini very much. But in like got to do the drawstring and maybe the fletching on these arrows, but then I'm going to shade it, and I think that's when I'm going to start really thinking about this, because I'm going to shade it quite heavily, and then I think I'm going to be very selective about which bits I then brighten back up by going back to the original base colour, because at the minute, like, you can just see how shiny the Arbalest is. Ooh, like it looks like she's outdoors in a tawny ground, and that's not very Darkest Dungeon. No. With the skeleton, it's partly why I'm going so heavy on the shading. So it feels like the bone is just going to be popping out of the darkness. That's what I want to go for. We'll just see how far we get.
We have two more super chat jokes here.
Goodness me, they're coming in thick and fast. After you.
Emmy Little says, what does a board game maker do when discussing their ideas? They monopolise the conversation. And Adam G says, a man was arrested today for walking around town wearing a suit made of mirrors. Police say he apologised after having time to sit down and reflect. Oh, God.
Thank you for those super chats.
The Dragon's Battle says, how long are you streaming? We've got another half hour before we finish up.
Okay, half an hour.
I am just
I'm
going
starting to panic. I feel like I can get some good progress in on the Arbalest, or I can go Hell for Leather and like try and finish up this skeleton. Well, I'm going to have to work on the skeleton while the Arbalest shade dries. So I'll tell you what, I won't shade the skeleton again.
I need to put some yellow here, I think.
Oh, I haven't done the trousers. I haven't done the trouser stripes.
Not the trousers.
Dang it. So much I want to do on this model. Which is a good sign, in fairness.
Yeah.
If I'm getting stressed about doing it to the standard I want, that is generally a good sign of it being a nice sculpt.
Can't believe how the time has flied after I was saying how little time had passed at the start.
Superfull says there's a cat on the bed behind Johnny. We got one.
Can you see Teto? Oh, you can see Teto. Yeah, he's donutting up. That's me, Johnny Chiodini. Please send all of your money and free things to Johnny Chiodini at 64 Johnny Lane.
Damn it, I thought you were going to give out a valid PayPal.
Hello. There we go. That'll do. Johnny's internet broke. So I've done an emergency host. I'm joined by my dad. What? Right. So I'm using the old painting I'm using the same project from last week. So I'm not painting Beast Claw Raiders, and that's not Johnny. But it does mean that we now have a close-up camera, which is pretty cool. So that'll have to do, I guess. All right, so here's where I'm at so far. We're going to go for the last half an hour. Ooh, come on. Focus. Focus. Come on now. Come on now. You want to focus? Doesn't want to focus, does it? Classic. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine, chat. I did what I did. I did what I could, Dan. I did what I could. I jumped immediately to try and set up the OBS project, which is why it's going to look a little bit weird with two versions of me. But just think of it as close-up camera and then down. I don't know which one of me you're looking at right now, but down here, that's just going to be me. So, some super chats were missed, apparently. Okay, let me just have a little look. So, which ones have we missed? Dark Absol Writer says, hello, Dicebreaker. What board games have you found yourselves going back to or sorely missing during quarantine? I'll tell you what I sorely miss, actually, and it's kind of topical. I really miss playing miniatures games. I have got no one to play miniatures games with at the moment because, like, the people I normally play miniatures games with are, in different parts of the world and they can't come down. I've got a friend who I've had for a long, long time called Alan. Hello, Toto. Who loves playing minis games with me, and obviously, like, he doesn't live in Brighton, so he can't just, like, come down right now because there's a pandemic on, which sucks real hard. It sucks real hard, chat, I'll tell you that. So that's definitely one. But then I'll go up to the next one from Joshua Hillman, who says, hey lads, love the stuff. How do you stay calm in a party... If a party, completely derails your plans for the session to the point you can't salvage your plan? To be honest, Josh, I'm not sure if you've heard our sort of... Toto. God, there's that big grumpy noise that I was telling you about earlier. Now, why is that buffering again? Oh my god, what is going on? Is it because Johnny is... Toto, do not push that cup. What is happening? Alright, just go there for a second, please. This is very strange. I don't know if you can hear me or not, chat, to be honest. I'm just going to do a little refresh and see if it works. You can see me. Well, that's good. Toto, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to crash the stream as well? Look at that big patty bum. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, we're back. I don't know what's going on, chat. There's a whole lot of things happening, apparently. There's a whole lot of things happening. It might be because Johnny tried to restart the stream at the same time or something, but whatever. So I'm gonna clean up the silver detail, and we're gonna try and get this boy done in the 20 minutes we have left. Toto says, "Look at me, I am the cat hen now." All right, so we're gonna drop some silver. He's now tickling my toes of his nose. Toto, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Huh? Have I not spent enough time looking lovingly at you and stroking you and telling you you're amazing? Is that what's going on? Hello? Do you want to come say hi to chat? Come on, man. Come on. Up you come. Come on. Come on. You always want to jump up, but as soon as I actually invite you to, you don't want to do it anymore. Here he is. Here he is. Ooh, okay, you slipped. There we're right. You're all good. I've got you. I've got you, buddy. Oh, dear. What are we going to do with you, cat? What are we going to do with you? There we go. All right. Let's get all the cat hair out of the way now. So now I'm going to clean up the silver. So let's do the silver quickly. And then we're going to give it a wash. No, you just jumped down. You can't come back up. Come on, buddy. So now I want to just clean up the bits of silver where I accidentally went over with other colours. So there's a little bit here on the leg. I'm going to do... Don't you dare jump up. Toto, do not jump up. Come on, out of the way. A little bit of the leg here. Oh, Toto, you made me paint the bag. If I have one top tip for getting into miniature painting streaming, it's make sure that your cat is not about to jump up on the table when you're doing it. That is my one top tip. Don't jump on that PC. You know what happened last time you jumped on my PC? You shut off my stream by turning my PC off. Oh, my lord. Oh, my god. Super chats. Have we done all the super chats now? I think that's all of them gone. I think they've all been read out, as far as I'm aware. Oh, look, Johnny's in the chat now. There we go. Do you like giant wheels mode, Johnny, with the wrong information on the card? I did what I could in the limited time I had. Oh, God, close-up camera, not even using it. Here we go. All right, so just clean that bit up. To be honest, I said I was going to clean this up. It actually looks fine. Not many bits that I need to go over anymore. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the belt buckle. Just a little bit. And some gold. And then there's some little sort of like plates and stuff that I might do in gold as well, like on the knuckles and stuff. Yes, hello, I see you down there. I see you down there. I've never actually opened this gold. So I don't know what it comes out like, but let's give it a go. It looks a bit brighter than Balthazar, that's for sure. You were halfway through answering a super chat, Wheels. Was I? What was the super chat? Can't remember what it was. Can somebody remind me what super chat I was reading out when the internet crashed again? Sorry, Joshua Hillmantor. Please remind me what your question was, because unfortunately the internet came in and scuppered my plans as I was answering. Oh, there's a little bonus Rosie. I don't know if you can make her out. She's just out of shot. Just having a little sit on the bed. I was about derailment. Yes, sorry. No, my bad. Okay, well, it's quite ironic that your question got derailed. So, to be honest, I try to plan as little as possible when I'm running a session. Because it is almost guaranteed, especially with the kind of people that I play with, that something is going to go in a way that I didn't expect it to. I think you should always have that attitude when you're setting up for a session. Because at the end of the day, like, the story that you've told in your head might be interesting to you, but it might not be interesting to your players. So if that happens, then you do need to be prepared for the eventuality that you might not actually see anything that you've planned. And at that point, I think, especially in my head, I just go, well, why am I planning at all? You know, if all the play is in improv anyway, I think I'm just going to have the broad strokes sort of figured out, and then just see where the night takes us, kind of thing. So a lot of the time, I'll have a vague idea. Now Toto's screaming because he wants sippy water. He loves drinking out the tap. Okay, Toto, come on, buddy. You've picked the worst time to start getting yowly. Yeah, so in all honesty, I think, like, if there's one tip I always give to people, it's make sure that you're prepared to, kill your darlings, right? To never actually see any of the bits that you wanted to show your party. Because I'll be honest with you, especially if you're new to GMing, you might not know. Happens a lot. But also, you know, like, just because someone is Toto, shush boy. Just because someone has derailed your plans from how you expected it to go, you know, just because that's happened doesn't mean that, you know, they know that as well. So you can always circumnavigate, you know, the thing that you were basically planning to do. So, like, you know, as a very vague example, right? One that's not really going to be useful for much more than just demonstrating what I mean. Let's say that you've got a dungeon, right? You've got a little room in this dungeon, and you want the adventurers to go north, right? But they're obsessed with going east. And you're like, well, there's stuff in east, but if they go so far east that you know, they don't end up coming back and going north, then they'll never see the thing that I want them to see because it's in the north door. If you're planning like that, that's so rigid and it's never going to work. But at the end of the day, they don't know which door they've gone into. They don't know what's on the other side, right? So if they go through the east door, just move all the stuff that was north to the east, you know? If you've got a hand-drawn map, it becomes a little bit more difficult, unless you can be a bit more flexible with where you put things, you know, because they've got the whole line of sight issue. But yeah, like, just because something hasn't gone in the exact direction or the exact sort of like chain of events that you planned it to, doesn't mean that it is past saving, you know? You can always bring it back to where you wanted it to be. even if it's just a case of a little bit of deception. The one who snacks with a super chat for Toto to meet his various demands. There is literally 12 minutes left, so the big chubby boy can wait, can't you? You can wait. He's staring at me now. Look at him. Did I interrupt your genitals licking, Toto? I'm very sorry. Okay. Right, I'm just doing the belt buckle, and then I'm going to wash this bad boy. And then, even though it's not 100% where I want it to be, I think it's at least photo ready, you know? It's definitely table ready. On my water human. He is such a diva. Well, I don't know if you can get bisexual cats, but he definitely is one, if that's the case. Little buckle here on this satchel bag. A little one here as well. Oh god, these are getting very fine details now. Very fine details. That'll do. I think, yeah, he's good to wash. Let's do it. Can't be sitting around just painting buckles every day, can we? It's wash time. Right, let me get my secondary brush out. Look how small of a palette I've used for this, by the way. Very, like, simple colour scheme. You know, you don't have to have 100 different paint colours to get something done sometimes. Oh, God, wow. This brush is solidified. The wash brushes always go a bit hard, to be honest, at the end. John Keating says, I cannot believe it. Wheels, you beat me to the washing stage. I'm so proud. Well, I mean, technically you started washing at the start, right? So you can just claim that you were there from the word go. Veronica says, Wheels, why are you not using a wet palette? Can't be asked, to be honest, Veronica. I am my own worst enemy, that's why. Genuinely, I can't give you any other explanation rather than just I'm the worst, and because it would mean that I have to go to a shop and buy some grease paper. I'm just terrible. I'm just absolutely terrible. Even though I know it would make my life easier, I just don't do things because I'm the worst. But that's just me, you know. It still comes out all right. That's all that matters, isn't it? That's all that matters. Right. Okay. Here we go. Oh, bum. Oh, I said the bad word. I'm sorry. I forgot to put gold on his knuckle plate. Disgusting. Can't believe I said something that horrible. I am mortified. Here we go. I forgot the knuckle plate on the flipping decree that he's holding on his I don't want to pay the service charge receipt from the Holy Order. I know, chat. I know. Look, it makes it very difficult. You know how sweary I am in real life, okay? So I say the B word as an okay substitute for some of the words that I probably would say had I not been on an official stream. But then you've made the B word a terrible thing I'm not allowed to say anymore. It's very hard. Okay, here we go. Oh god, this Agrax is going to destroy this yellow, but it should be fine. Here we go. I might just have to highlight the yellow after I'm done. So we did say we'd give some shading tips. So right, I've got my pot. First tip: close it unless you're using it right now. Oh my god, literally, yep. Oh, for God's sake, because it spills everywhere. Oh my god, chat, what is going on today? This is the most 2020 stream yet. Oh, for God. I was literally highlighting why you should be careful with wash. And apparently I decided that the best way to do that is to spill it everywhere. Oh my god. Good lord. Oh, crumbs. God's sake. If you're missing the holiday sun, why not give yourself a nice Agrax Surf Shade tan? Goodness sake. Right, tip 1. be very, very careful with shade paints because they will spill everywhere. And look, I'm not calling out Games Workshop here, but it's awful convenient how easy it is to spill their paints, considering how expensive they are, you know? That's all I'm saying. Right. Oh, God, look at that. Look at the mess I just made. Jeez. Look like I've had another kind of accident. Okay, alright. So, as we said, tip 1, don't do that. Do not do that. Dan Keller says, tip 2, wear only brown trousers when washing your minis. I am throwing shade. I'm throwing shade everywhere. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's get back to washing. We're running out of time here. We can't be faffing around. Okay, so when you're washing, you just want to sort of get a nice dollop on your brush and just liberally apply it everywhere. You don't, unless you've got like a certain colour that you really don't want the wash to hit. So like, for example, I've got this yellow, which it's going to dull it down a lot if I put too much shade on there. So I'm trying to avoid that one. But unless you're avoiding something specific, you can go pretty hard on how much you put on. The only thing you need to do is watch for where it pools, and then you can just absorb it with your brush. So if there's a certain area where too much of it is going... Why? Who's buzzing me? Oh, God, no. I'm just receiving all of the notifications that I should have had over the last 2 hours. Jesus. Okay, there we go. I'll come to that super chat in a minute. Yeah, but like just put as much on as you want because you can always take it off. It's one of the most freeing experiences using shades because it's one of the only occasions where it doesn't matter how much you put on the miniature. It's always easy to take it back off again, as long as you haven't put it somewhere that you don't want it to go. If you do that, that's a bit more difficult to fix, but it's not the end of the world, trust me. Who is messaging me? I'm just going to put myself on mute. I think I'm just like catching up with loads of notifications because my phone's been off the internet or something. So we've got most of the model covered now, and I'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll try and spot some bits where we've got a little bit too much of the paint on there. But this is looking real nice actually with the wash. There is just that moment. The best thing about using washes is that you just have this moment where you're like, oh, it looks really good. So we have a super chat from the one who snacked. Wheels yelling at camera. Welcome to Dicebreaker. Lesson 1, do better. Lesson 2, no, better than that too. Oh, God. Toto, not now. I've spilt enough already. I don't need your help. Okay. There we go. Right. So the reason we don't want the wash to pool is because if it dries in a pool, it dries with that kind of shiny wet look. You can use that to your advantage. He's screaming again. You can use that to your advantage. So, for example, if you want something to look like it's just come out of the water. So I have like a few models of Skaven that are like running through the sewers. So I put loads of wash on their fur and let it dry kind of wet. Because then it actually looks like, you know, they're covered in kind of like grease, which is really lovely image, but that's Skaven for you. So yeah, you can use it to your advantage, but in general, you want it to be a sort of generally quite thin layer over the top. So you just want to use your brush to just soak up any bits that look a little bit too wet, where it's pooling a little bit. Remember that your shade will actually colour the shade that you've gone for as well. So, you know, if you have a brilliant white and you put brown on it, it will look horrible, trust me. So be careful what shades you use on things. But generally, especially if you're using a dark model, things like a brown wash and a black wash just work pretty much everywhere. So that will give you a good start for sure. So that's what I've just done. I've used a brown wash called Agrax Earthshade from Citadel Paints, which I'm going to close now and take away from me before I cover myself in it again. And now I don't have anything to dry my brush with because I've had to use it to mop up all the Agrax. But here we go. So post shade, here he is. Let's just let that focus if it can. I'm just going to turn the light on because it's a little bit dark. Let's just do that. That should help. Just a little bit. Toto, not now. Okay, so. There we go. That's better. Right. Come on. Focus. Focus, you wee bugger. Oh, God. It's very difficult to do this when you're looking at a screen. Okay, so. It's probably going to be a little bit too close. It doesn't want to focus, does it? What if I just put it on its own? There, oh, there we go. Okay, so I just need to get in there. Right, so. Here's how he looks. So I've tried to follow the game's colour scheme. So he's got that sort of blue and yellow tunic. But you see how that wash has just highlighted, or rather lowlighted, all the areas that have like a sort of shadowy sort of like dip in them. And you'll see it's quite shiny at the moment because it's still drying. That will eventually go a bit more matte. But if you leave big pools of the liquid just sort of resting anywhere, then it will keep that glossy, shiny tone. So you need to be careful of bits where it pulls too much. I think for this model, though, it's not the end of the world, and he looks pretty cool. So the next step is literally just letting him dry. As Johnny said, I've got more than one brown colour to sort of differentiate all the different levers and stuff. So you'll see on his boots and his sword handle, it's a slightly brighter brown. And also, I think somewhere else, but I can't remember where I put it. But he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. So it's pulling a little bit too much on the text on the scroll. So I'm just going to soak some of that up. There we go. Because you want it to sort of push into the cracks where the parchment writing is. But you don't want it to be so thick that it loses its detail. But yeah, there he is. He's looking pretty good. That's 5 o'clock. So like I said, he's a little bit shinier than he will be when he dries fully. But we will have pictures of it. I'm going to hide my... Oh, God. Doing it backwards as well because of the whole mirroring effect when you've got a camera on you. So yeah, there's going to be pictures on Twitter and Instagram. So look out for those because we'll have detailed shots so you can see what he really looks like. But yeah, looking pretty good, to be honest. Not bad for 2 hours. And look how much like a Darkest Dungeon miniature that looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like as I said before, we are sponsored by them, so I don't want to shill too hard. But it looks like such a good representation of what they look like in the game, considering they start 2D. And Toto's here, obviously, because he can't not be in the limelight for too long. Here's the back as well. I think it tries to automatically focus on my face. So if I cover my face, yeah, there we go. And there's his back. So you can see I've got the little buckles there on the kit. But I'm pretty happy with him. Pretty happy. That's pretty good. So from me, and from Toto, of course, I'm just going to have to put on my shoulder right now because he's climbing everywhere. It's a friendly goodbye. Thank you very much for watching. Toto says goodbye. If you've enjoyed this, then you can check out any of the videos that pop up on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. If they say Dicebreaker underneath them, then click them. A big thank you as well to Johnny Chiodini, who is Chopped Liver, who joined me on the stream, but unfortunately his internet was down. So if you joined us right at the end, you may have missed him. So I just quickly took over so that we could continue the rest of the stream. But thank you very, very much for watching. This has been Dicebreaker. Please head on over to dicebreaker.com where we've got all sorts of content for you to have a look at, as well as some more information probably about the Darkest Dungeon board game, because it recently hit Kickstarter. So if you're interested in this, then go over to their Kickstarter project. I will grab a link for you now so I can put it in the chat, actually, because that's probably a good idea. Even if you just want it for the miniatures, because they are pretty nice, I have to say. Darkest Dungeon board game. There we go. Toto. So here is a link to the Kickstarter if you're interested. Give it a look. If you're interested, maybe give it a back. We have been sponsored to make this video. Toto, please. Come on. There we go. We have been sponsored to make this video, so please bear that in mind when looking at our suggestions. But genuinely, just as a general comment, the miniatures look really nice. So if that's what you're after, go ahead. We also have a Let's Play of the board game itself, like a sort of preview version, which is available on the channel, which you can find if you look in our video listings. It was in like the past few weeks, so it should be pretty high up on the uploads list. But thank you very much to Johnny and Toto for joining me on the stream. Thank you very much to Mythic for sponsoring this stream, and we will see you on the next one. If you want to buy some merch, I forgot to say, by the way, this is currently sold out. Drink your paint water mug. But if you want to buy some merch, go to dicebreaker.myshopify.com. Can you tell I was not prepared to do this outro? Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Have a lovely day, and bye-bye. Also, I missed a super chat from the one who snacks, who says they call beds queen-sized because it's for one Toto. Thanks for watching. Bye.